Relative then to the extra Calvinisticum and Lutheran theology, certainly there's variation within Lutheranism. I don't
Right.
mean to say it's uniform, but one thing that is a sticking point often arises with the doctrine of the Lord's Supper and then the differences between transubstantiation and consubstantiation. And this is partly the reason why there are differences.
This arises, the
Mhm.
whole idea of the extra Calvinisticum, the name is given to Calvinism, its view of the relationship of the divine to the human nature, because of the fact that we reject the idea of the ubiquity of Christ's human body. In
Right.
other words, everywhere where the Lord's Supper is celebrated, Christ's physical body is present. That is the standard Lutheran position.
Yeah, in with and under the bread.
Correct.
Yeah,
The
we would
element,
say
right.
that because it is a human nature, and humans are not omnipresent.
Correct.
Then therefore, a union with the divine in the person of the Son does not therefore mean then the attributes of his human nature somehow are transmuted into some sort of divine human form.
Right.
The attributes retain genuine human
Correct.
qualities and whatnot.
And
So
that's why it's important to stress that as to his divine nature, he is infinite, but as to his
right,
human nature, he's finite.
right,
Okay. Now, that, of course, is what gives rise to the debate between Lutherans and Reformed, because if Christ is, as to his human nature, is finite, that means he's delimited. That is, he's at one place at one time. And of course, we would say that Christ physically is at the Father's right hand
mm-hmm.
until he comes back to claim his own and to judge
Mm-hmm.
the world in righteousness.
I suppose if Christ's human nature was omnipresent, he couldn't return because he never left.
Correct. I mean, and there's a sense in which that's true as to his divine nature, because we can't divide God up. Okay, when we talk about the Trinity, it's not as though it were a pizza pie in which you slice into three pieces. Okay, so
Sure.
if you have the Father, you have part of God. If you have the Son, you have part of God, and if you have the Holy Spirit, you have part of God. We recognize that each person of the Godhead actually is exhaustively God.
Sure.
Is the whole God. Now, put that is we're able to say that because of the mutual interpenetration of the three persons and what we call coherence or
Mm-hmm.
perichoresis.
And we
But
can also speak of God being identified with a place as he was in the Holy of Holies or the temple, and God is still omnipresent, so there's a way that the Bible speaks of that, but we certainly would not want to say that the human nature of Christ is everywhere, is
right,
omnipresent. It's local,
correct. That's the better word.
because it's a genuine
Local.
humanity.
Correct.
Right.
Otherwise, it wouldn't be genuinely human.